Ellen McCauley. I'm at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. And we talked about a purpose in life, and this week we're talking about overcoming fears. There's multiple people in this group that let's say, they've gotten their 30-pound award, and they get to 30, 37, 38, maybe even 39, and they're this close to their 40-pound award. But the next week, they gain 2. And the week after that, they gain 1. They are sabotaging themselves. Anyone here ever sabotage themselves? It's one of the things we do because we're afraid. Well, what if I get to minus 40? Oh, well, I have to get to minus 50? And one of the things we're afraid of, too, is that one of the things I think we most fear is that we're not going to be any fun anymore. If I try to lose weight and I go out to lunch, well, I went out to dinner with my boss from work. We're still dear friends. Bob and I and her husband went to Good Buddies Saturday night. I immediately ordered a salad, steak on top of the salad, and I asked for a dish to come with it. Now, they had wine. We didn't. We had water. And I immediately put half my salad in the dish, filled the whole thing, had a delightful salad. We laughed, we talked, it was awesome. I had a great time. No one said, you know, Ellen, if you would have had cheesecake and drank beer, it would have been a much better time. No one said that. We think if we don't have 10 Michelob Ultras, if we don't have a honker dessert, we won't enjoy life. Yeah, there's some calories we might like, but they should be, to us who need to lose weight, treats down the road. A cookie should not be a good snack for people trying to lose weight. A half a cup of blueberries, a little cheese ball, whatever you call them, a baby towel, things of that nature. Our biggest goal to weight loss is our fear. We're afraid. Well, we failed so many times. We're going to fail again. What if I'm no fun? What if I go on a cruise and can't have any fun because I want to eat like a pig and drink like a fish? What we need to do is overcome our fear. There's a natural fear. Like if I'm in the house alone and there's a big crash, what was that? You know, it's natural to get your hackles up a little bit and investigate. But not like in those movies where you know there's a bad guy in the house and I'm like, get out of the house, and they're walking around. I don't mean that kind of noise, but a little noise. Also, there is true physical fear. Now, I've told you I've been going to physical therapy. And one of my biggest drawbacks is my fear. Because he'll say to me, I want you to go over on that wall, and I want you to lean against it, and I want you to squat down as far as you can go, coming down on your back. I go, I don't think I can do that. And he said, well, why do you think you can't do it? I go, I don't really. He goes, are you afraid of the pain? I'm like, no. Are you afraid you're going to fall? No. Well, what are you afraid of? What am I afraid of? So I went over to the darn wall, and I squatted down as fast as I could go. I mean, as far as I could go. I have a lot of fear on physical things that I've never done before. My first reaction is, I can't do it. I'm working muscles in my exercise class and therapy that I haven't used in 50 years. And it does hurt a little bit. You don't hurt yourself to the point where you're injuring yourself, but the next day you should feel sore. Your muscles should feel a little sore. Your legs should feel a little sore. But you have to get over the fear. Don't hurt yourself. There's a natural fear. And then there's the anxiety is a long-term fear. Now, there are people who are born with a genetic mental health issue of anxiety and depression. I'm not talking about that kind of generalized anxiety, which is treatable by medication and psychotherapy. I'm talking about situational anxiety. What if I retire and we can't pay the bills? What if I retire and I'm bored? Which, believe me, that wasn't one of my worries. But what if you have all these what ifs, could have, would have, should have? So we need to look at the future with optimism and try to get over our fear of uncertainty by planning ahead. Tony Robbins says that there are those 6 human needs, and you might not remember them from last week, but they're like, you want to connect with other people, you want to make a difference, you want to contribute to the world, you want to grow, you want to have a little certainty in your day. I mean, you don't want to wake up and have total chaos. You want to have a little planning, but you have to have enough flexibility that if something goes here when you were planning to go here, you don't freak out and eat over it, okay? So the fear of failure makes us fail anyway, so why do we have it? We should say, I'm going to succeed. You know, I remember there was this one kid in Vince's class, and he was adorable, but he had all this self-confidence. He goes, yeah, I'm really the best at whatever I do. Anything I try, I'm like the best at it. I play the trumpet, I'm great. My studies, I'm so good. I ace tests. I'm just really good at anything I try. He's a doctor now. So I guess that self-confidence did him some good. And here we're out there, I'll never lose weight, I'm a big fatty, and I'm still fat. So why don't we say, I'm going to do it this time, I'm going to do it this time. We believe we can and we will. We need to identify those fears though. What? Are we afraid that? I remember one person said, I'm afraid to lose weight because I'm afraid I'll cheat on my husband. Really? Really? Not me, Bob. I never, ever, ever said no. But that's not one of my fears. I don't know if it's any of your fears. See me afterwards. Also, I think some of us have the fear that we won't have fun. Anyone have a fear that you won't have fun if you watch what you eat? Oh, everyone's lying out there and not raising their hand. Okay. Also, but recognize that fear can work to your advantage. Don't go crazy about it, but say to yourself, I'm afraid of adult onset diabetes. I'm afraid of high cholesterol. I'm afraid of sudden heart injury. So I'm going to face those fears and get healthy as I can be. Sit with your fear. If you are really afraid of not having fun if you don't eat or drink, try it a few times and see how you make out. See how much fun you have. I have company coming tomorrow night for an it's our last pool party before the closing of the pool. And I'm not one bit worried. I'm going to have a salad. I'm not going to drink. I'm going to have fun. Make some goals. One person showed me something they put on their fridge. It had the food pyramid. It had about getting more sleep. It was beautiful. I took a picture of it. She actually made a vision board, and it's on her fridge. And she's doing great. She's lost 40 pounds and kept it off. Recognize your excuses. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't think. In that 45 minutes to an hour that I weigh people in, you wouldn't believe the excuses I hear. Oh my God, I hear them from I haven't pooped all week to I hear them all. I hear every intimate excuse there is. Also, surround yourself with success. Why do you think I celebrate victories? Because that's success. If someone can get 50 pounds off, if someone can get 20 pounds off, so can I. And adopt a growth mindset. You know, I get these newsletters now, like from the Onondaga Senior Center, and I emailed them and said, what books are you doing in the book club? Because I'm curious to see what they're doing. And so I read another one from Onondaga Free Library, and it was awful, but I read it anyway. But also, they're the ones that have the burned dairy receipts, and they have some classes, but they're not like my gym has better classes. But read things, investigate, you know, have a growth mindset. A couple people lost a pound this week, and they were disappointed. And you know what I say? It's growth. It's progress. And progress has it's progress. We grow, we change, we explore. And then if you are hungry, explore that. Say, whoa, my stomach's growling a little bit, and I could go out in the kitchen and have a snack, or I can imagine myself getting on the scale and losing a pound next week. Explore it. Or if you have muscle aches, say, whoa, I was really pushing it at the gym. I feel really happy about that. Visualize your goals. You know, a couple people came in and they were really pushing 200, and now they're in the 180s. Well, that's a huge buffer. So not only are they not in the 200s, they're not in the 90s, and now they're in the 80s staring 70 in the face. Look at those kinds of goals. Except that you're going to fail. Another person had, take the 7 days in between. Well, 2 days she had 2 major events and she had extra calories and things that she wouldn't normally have. But 5 days, she was spot on and she lost a pound this week. So she did great, or maybe 2 pounds. So my whole point about fear is when it comes to our weight loss, I've said it a million times, stressed is desserts backwards. So if you are eating every time you are stressed, you'll probably never stop eating. And that's where Jesus is up there going, I'm right here, Ellen. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm here. I think people should go to confession, go to church. It just makes such a huge foundation. Read that Bible. Set aside your fears by saying, if God is for me, who can be against me? I cast you out, Satan, in the name of Jesus. I have little Bible verses that you just use and throw out there. We'll talk more about fear and stress as time goes on, but really stop and think each day what your purpose in life is and what your goals are. Go stop right there, Bobby.